Good morning, guys. It is Monday and it is a beautiful day out here. It's a little bit warm for fall weather. I think it's closing up on 50 degrees today, and I think it's supposed to be even warmer this coming week. So yeah, that's awesome. I love kind of warm fall weather, 50 to 60 degrees. But on today's agenda is not my favorite thing. It is officially time to try and tackle this black Outback that I have been not wanting to touch. In one of my last few videos, I went to go work on it and I had the wrong part. And unfortunately, we now have the correct part. So now I have to work on it. But I guess I should be thankful that I have a car to work on. So we're gonna get this thing pulled in the barn and start tearing it apart. The last video that I put out was Tuesday. It was kind of the business story on how I got started doing this. Not the YouTube thing, but the Subaru thing. It was kind of a cool video to think back on all the cars I've had and just kind of the memories of getting up and going, working for myself. And I hope I can continue to for the rest of my life. Yeah, hopefully this YouTube thing starts growing. I mean, it is growing, but hopefully it starts growing more. That would be pretty cool, because then we could do some cool builds for you guys, more than just rebuilding a OEM Subaru. We can, put some power and maybe do some motor swaps down the road. Maybe put some different types of motors in Subarus. I've kind of had an itch to do that for a while, but it's a lot of money to spend just for it to kind of not go to waste. But I want some support along with it, I think, if I'm going to do something like that. And I think it'd be cool to watch and see. So let's get started on the black Outback. We are doing a cam gear on the driver intake, and this is a FB motor, which means it is a metal timing cover, which means it is not fun to take apart. It's gonna be a little bit of a project, but hopefully we can knock it out today and then let the RTV dry and maybe fire it up tomorrow, because we for sure do not want an RTV leak after resealing that timing cover, because that would be a big bummer. So let me pull this thing in the barn. We'll get tearing it apart. I'll show you a couple steps, but it's gonna be time lapsing and jump through clips, but whatever the next one is. But yeah, let's get her in the barn. All right, so we got the Outback in here. However, this clip that you are seeing is much later than the last clip you saw. In fact, it's probably 8 hours later or something. I'm not sure how long exactly, but I worked on a bunch of other stuff today, and I was going to work on this tonight, but my brother had to put something on the lift. And so it is now 7:30, which sounds like I still have a lot of time, but I have figured out I would much rather edit a video at night for the next day to post rather than work late that night and edit it in the morning for the same day. It's just kind of a lot to do in the morning, and just sitting on the computer for 4 hours straight in the morning is not my favorite thing. So we're going to jump on this guy tomorrow and hopefully get it all torn apart and back together so that the following day we can start it up, because we got to let that RTV dry. But yeah, I will see you guys in the morning. All right, hopefully you guys can hear me. It was kind of a nightmare uploading the last video that you guys watched, if you watched it. Just the editing and the Wi-Fi that we have is not ideal, so I got to figure that out. But we're jumping into this black Outback, taking the timing apart. I'm not going to show a ton of it. I'll time lapse it, and if there's something important, I'll show you guys. But otherwise, I'll see you after the time lapse, and of course I will voice over them for you, kind of explaining what I'm doing regardless. But I don't have a ton of time today, unfortunately. I have today and tomorrow to try and knock this thing out. So that's what we're going to try and do. Hopefully we can take it apart, get it running, maybe discover an issue, but we will see. If you guys are still watching, I greatly appreciate it. This video did not go as I really planned. You will see that in the end. I made some mistakes and it ended up pretty bad. All right, we got it torn down to the point where we're about ready to pull this timing cover off. I do have to pull this motor mount off, which means I have to hold the motor up somehow. Then I'm just going to put the jack underneath it. But yeah, there's a lot of bolts. I'll count for you, see how many there are once I get it off. But hopefully it's not too difficult to remove. We will find out here in a little bit, and then we'll see what it looks like when we get in there. I'm not really expecting to see anything wrong. I don't know how hard it's going to be to replace this cam gear. I want to get this thing done. I'm so sick of working on this car, which I'm kind of just shooting myself in the foot because I'm so sick of working on it, but I kind of stretch out working on it because I don't like to work on it, which makes me work on it more. Kind of dumb, but just got to get it done. I'm going up into the barn. Time lapses make everything look pretty easy, but getting the bolts out wasn't bad, but getting the cover off, I fought it for a while. It was very difficult when I had the header on. In total, it was 32 bolts. So I made a massive mess, but you know, what's new? Pretty typical, but still kind of just disappointed in myself that I can't take something apart without making a big mess, but oh well. So as you can see, we've got the timing cover off. I'm gonna lower this guy down. We'll take a look. Definitely very clean in there, which is a good thing. Now we just gotta swap the cam gear. I don't know if I'm gonna have to take apart all of the timing or if I can the pressure off the tensioners and then slip the cam gear off and put the new one on. I did that on my Tundra. Kind of a lot to explain, but I'll see if I can do it. And if I can't, I guess we gotta take the timing off. And it is what it is. All right, so upon further inspection, I will need to disassemble all the timing, and I might be able to sneak the cam gear out and get the chain back on, but it's going to be too difficult to kind of keep track of the correct time. And this is my first time doing one of these, so I would rather just pull it all apart. It's got the orange marks on the chains that I can reline everything up with. So I'm just going to do that. It's going to be a little bit longer, but I think it's going to be easier. I'll feel better about it. Yeah, that's just what I'm going to do. So I also need to order a couple seals from Subaru, so I will do that. Let's get this timing off, get everything kind of cleaned up around here. I'm going to order a few things from Subaru. Hopefully they have them in stock. If they don't, it is what it is, but I should have ordered them earlier. Kind of been slacking this week, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I'm just going to get it assembled, get it cleaned up. Timing is off, and I even got the cam gear off pretty easily. So here is our old cam gear, like I said. I don't necessarily think I'm going to see anything wrong, but this is the side that we are having the code for. We have replaced sensors, checked wiring, and read some data through a scanner. And that is what we're hoping it is, slash we think it is, but of course you can't be 100% sure. I will try and link the video that I watched to learn how to take this all apart because I've never taken apart the timing on one of these timing chain motor Subaru engines. It's very similar to my Tundra 5.7 liter motor in terms of just the tensioners and the chains, super similar. So I was sort of familiar with it, but I think I can't remember what the channel is. It's like Subaru guy something. He's got a bunch of followers and subscribers. I've watched some of his videos in the past, so I'll try and link that video in the corner. I'm just learning how to do that, so learning a couple things today. But I'm going to get the new cam gear on here. Before I do that, I might scrape off all the RTV, clean it. I'm definitely going to do all that before I put the chains back on. And then we're going to retime this thing and see if Subaru has the things we need in stock. If they do, I also have to pick up some cylinder heads. So I might head down there and do that. We will see. I'm going to skip ahead. I'll see you in the next clip. All right, thankfully, Subaru's got all the O-rings I need in stock. So I'm going to head out there, pick those up. And then there's also a set of cylinder heads at the machine shop right out there that are done that I'm going to pick up as well. And if you're curious how much I've spent directly at Subaru, so that doesn't include like clutches and timing kits and things that I buy from other places, but the total since I think 2020 or 2021, I've spent $31,700 at Subaru. So quite a bit. I figured, I think in one of my last videos, I said $30,000 to $40,000. So we were pretty accurate with our estimate. But yeah, pretty cool. It seems like a lot of money, but if you think about it, most of that money spent has not been for personal projects. They've all been cars I put motors in, drove for half a year, 8 months, something like that, and then sold them. So it's all money I get back. But yeah, hopefully, probably in the next couple months, I'll have at least close to 40 grand spent there because I have potentially two motors that I'll be putting in cars. So that's another probably $4,000 to $5,000 each that I'll be spending there. So super funny, but let's go there and I'll see you guys afterwards. Hopefully we can get this thing resealed up today. I don't know if I'm going to have a first start in this video for you guys. I might just have to move on to something else while we wait for that RTV to dry, and then you'll see the rest of it maybe in the beginning of another video. I'm not really sure. Kind of sucks. I've been not doing as much work as I should be. Sometimes that's just how it goes. Got all our O-rings from Subaru, so I'm going to get this timing cover cleaned up. Going to get timing put back on, everything ready to go. Put the cover back on, get it sealed up. I'll time lapse it for you. If there's anything important, I will stop it and tell you guys. But other than that, I'll see you after the time lapse. And I just want weather like this to last forever. It is like 60, 65 degrees fall weather. It is amazing. This is my absolute favorite weather. I know I've said it multiple times in videos, but I just absolutely love this weather. It's amazing. But after this Outback, I think we're gonna do this one. We've already got the cylinder heads and short blocks, so that's gonna be a simple toss together. I do have to order some stuff for that, so I probably should do that. And then maybe the Wu-Tang car, maybe the Wu-Tang one, maybe this limited. And this one's probably gonna get parted out, unfortunately. Kind of sad, but gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. So I'll see you after the time lapse. This is the part of the job that I was really not looking forward to. It took a long time to clean off all the old RTV off the cover and off the motor. Once I did that, I got it all cleaned up. Then I got the timing chains on, got it all timed correctly. Well, I thought I did. You'll see. As working on cars typically goes, took longer than expected, but that's to be expected. That's just kind of how working on cars goes. Projects usually take longer than you think. They usually cost more than you think. So that's just part of working on cars. But we got the timing cover all back on, RTV'd, everything torqued down. We are waiting on this cam seal. I could maybe use this one, but I don't want to. So that will be in at Subaru tomorrow. I was going to end the video last night on this black Outback so I could get a video up for you guys, but I decided I think I'd be better off actually completing this project in one video than putting out kind of a lame video. So I'm going to do that instead. We should be able to get it run today because the crank seal is at Subaru right now. And my dad is picking it up for me, and then we can get this thing back together and we should be good to go. So I'm going to clean up, put some things back together. Once we get the crank seal, we can officially put it all back together, and then we'll have a startup. And I don't know if it's going to fix our problem, but I hope it does. If it does, awesome. We got one more check engine light after that to figure out. If it doesn't solve the problem, I don't know, ECU maybe? That would suck. So let's hope it fixes it. Send your hopes and prayers. Yeah, I needed lots of hopes and prayers for this one. I don't know what to tell you guys. You'll see at the end of the video here what's going to happen, but I got it all put back together. This was pretty much the easy part. Ran to the parts store, got some coolant, oil filter. So I'm going to get those things into this engine as well as some oil. And then we're going to fire it up, see what happens. I probably won't be able to tell right away if this fixed my problem. I will be able to tell right away if I timed it correctly. Hopefully I did. We are about good to go on oil and coolant. Before I start it up, I'm going to pull the fuel pump fuse, turn it over. That way, if the off chance that I set the timing incorrectly, the car wouldn't start up and be catastrophic. It could bend the valves if I did time it incorrectly while just turning it over, but we would want to minimize the damage. All right, pull the fuel pump fuse. I'm going to throw the battery in just temporarily. I'm not going to bolt it down or anything. All right, so now I'm going to turn it over a few times. I believe I've got everything plugged in. So I'm going to turn it over a few times, make sure everything sounds good, and then give it a first start attempt. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. Ooh boy, that did not sound good at all. That did not, well, I guess I should see if this battery's charged, but I'm going to be pretty upset if this thing is timed incorrectly. Oh, I did not like how that sounded at all. The battery was a little dead, but I did not like at all how that sounded when it turned over. It just sounded weird. It didn't sound like anything was hitting, but it sounded weird, and I don't like that. So I'm gonna turn it over again right now, and we'll see how it sounds. Oh boy, I don't like that at all. Something doesn't sound right. To be completely honest, I'm very frustrated with this car right now. I don't want to try and start it until I do a little bit more research and look back on my videos. But it's Friday night, and I'm just going to go hang out with some friends and not work on it anymore tonight. I'll be working on it tomorrow morning. Unfortunately, that might mean you guys only get 2 videos this week. That just might be how it needs to be. So I will see you guys in the morning. I have a bad feeling that this is going to either need to come back apart or I'm just going to not work on it. Don't know what else to say. But I'll see you guys in the morning. Hopefully I have a better idea then. So I'm going to be straight up completely honest with you guys. I think I timed it wrong. I don't know how I did it, but I pulled off the little solenoids or whatever they are on the front of the timing cover, and I can sneak my camera in there and I can see the timing marks. And let me show you. So here on, this is the driver's side, you can see these are little triangle marks, and they should be facing each other, or when you first time it, the crank is turned in a different direction, and that's where the triangle is, and the other one is like over here somewhere. And then you time it on the right side here, or the driver's side, and then you spin the crankshaft, which I did do this, so that these line up, and then the crank keyway is facing straight down, and then you time the left side, and they just line up from the start. And then once you're all done timing it, both triangles lined up here, both triangles lined up here, and you've got the keyway facing straight down. When I pulled those solenoids off, I lined up these on the passenger side, and I looked at the ones on the driver's side, and they are facing opposite each other. They aren't facing each other. The little triangles are facing upwards and downwards. So somehow I did something wrong. I don't know what I did. I'm not even going to try and start it because I know it's wrong. So, stupid mistake. I don't know what I did. I'm going to have to take it back apart, which is going to suck. But I was watching a video last night of Devin Niemela, just the amount of work he does and the amount of time he's willing to invest into something. I thought to myself, I said, am I really going to like roll this thing out and not work on it just because it's another day or two of work? So it feels like I'm wasting my time, but I got to do it. So I'm going to take it back apart and retime it, and then we should be good in terms of getting the timing correct. Still don't know if it's going to actually fix our original problem, but I'm not going to include that in this video because I have to get this video up for you guys Sunday. So that'll be next video. I apologize for not doing this correctly and getting you a good video of the startup and everything, but that's just how it is. That's part of working on cars. So hope you guys are getting your projects done, unlike I am right now. Hope you're doing well in life, and I'll see you in the next video.